Yo, what is up guys, it's Guy here from Clinic Mirror, and today's video we are going to look at how to kensei. He's a tricky character to master and to get hold of. Everyone this is low tier and all the rest of it. It does not mean that you can't seriously kick ass if you know what you're doing. It just means that you need to think an awful lot more and work our feint game. So today's video, what we're going to try and do, we're going to show you various little bits and pieces. The first sort of little segment is just to show you how to feint and play the mind games, to get in their little taps, to get in that little extra little bit of damage where you can't just go fucking whole hog on these people. What with so many tanks around, you've got to think, you've got to feint, you've got to keep them guessing, keep them on their toes. So what we'll do, we'll go through that bit first, and then we'll elaborate a little bit more. So we're going to start off fairly simple with a zone cancel into a guard break. Most characters got a variant of this. He's got good high primer on this zone, but you have to cancel within the first part before he starts the second swing. This one, the jab actually catches a lot of people out, man. So if you can whiff the first one and just get that prodding, that does catch an awful lot of people out. Your soft feint mechanic is strong, especially in team games, so you need to be using it. You need to be using it a lot, catch a lot of people out. This is a staple, heavy cancel into light. People go try and catch you for the parry, often catches them off guard. Another sort of variant really, you're just faking them out, they're expecting the unblockable top heavy. This is bread and butter. This is bread and butter of any good kensei, the dash cancel. This is something that you need to work into your game. A lot of our attack will revolve around getting that guard break. As you can see, obviously works for the side as well. This is an elaboration of that combo. It's quite stamina intensive, but it is probably the most powerful combo we possess. Also, you can obviously, if you can get a wall splat in the end, you get your top unblockable finish. But it will drain your stamina pretty much to full. These next few combos are ones that you want to seriously avoid against heavies, turtles, anyone who's playing a really counter and defensive game. But it's something I think works really well against assassins. I mean, you'll see it in action a little bit later on. As I say, it's one of those, if people are looking to get in hits on you or break up your rhythm, then it's something worth employing against the guys who just sit there and wait. I mean, we all know who they are, the Lawbringers, the Conquerors, whatnot. I would seriously avoid it because it's predictable. Right, so there's a few combos for you to get the grips with. The real application of them is what separates the good players from the mediocre players, should we say. You can be as offensive as you like, but as soon as you hit that stamina wall, you're going to find yourself in trouble. So to be a good kensei, you've got to find that correct balance between all-out attack and counter defensive play. So what we're just going to do, just going to dedicate the next little section just to show you how to use what your combos you've seen to set up parries, fish for parries essentially. I'm just going to see here, we're going for a side dash, heavy cancel, and then we're waiting for the next one. So obviously you've saved that stamina and you've drained them, you've made an opening. This is against defensive players, man. This is a really good way of doing both, breaking through the defense and managing your own stamina to a point that you're still effective enough when you do get an opening to be able to punish them for it. And this is obviously against bots, but it's just so much easier to get the footage and show you the examples we're trying to make. I do recommend practicing on bots as well. It's difficult to just watch something, pick it up and get straight into it. Okay, now we're getting into something that I very rarely see kenseis do. It is a little bit tricky on the fly, but yeah, kensei can deflect using his superior block on his dash. To perform this, you've got to have your block matching the corresponding attack and dash forward in. You can dash forward in using a helm splitter to get an opening, but to be perfectly honest, you can get straight in with a guard break every time, which gives you side heavy punish, or if you're anywhere near a wall, you get a wall splat for your maximum top unblockable damage. I'm just going to show you it here. This is how it looks like. So it is fast. They're still in their attack animations, so they're unable to counter guard break it. So this is a really good thing you should practice, and it's certainly worth employing, especially on a someone you find it hard to get an opening. Really is a way nobody expects it. As I say, it is hard to pull off, but it's really worth the effort to learn, because if you can land one in the middle of a combo, you completely break someone's rhythm, and you're going straight in for a max punish like 45. On the topic of punishes, I'm just going to show you a few here. Obviously your max punish ideally is that top unblockable. I have had it before where you can get in a helm splitter into one, but it's a very tricky quick input, and if you're a little bit slow to react initially, then you can find that they can sometimes parry the unblockable, which kind of defeats all the object. If you get into a situation where you're both out of stamina, it's actually quite tricky to do against this bot, but if you get into a situation where you can down them and you're both out of stamina, your heavy won't work, but your light will, so that will then become your max punish. Okay, before we get into the how to fight specific types, or specific characters I should say, I'm just going to take a little bit of a brief moment to sort of have an overlook. It says against the kensei is that he's adaptable and has good range. This is true. What it doesn't necessarily say is that he's very quick with his lights. He's got decent lights and they do a good amount of damage. There is no such thing as it's impossible to generalize every single player, but what you can do is generalize the hero that they're playing based on their strengths, weaknesses and their moveset. So in that way you can adopt a general style of play against a certain character, and you need to. You can't. There is no one fit all, like solution. But this is very much a game of chess. It's very much a game of playing off your strengths versus their weaknesses, adapting your weaknesses against that character's strengths, and basically there is a balance in between, which will help you get a lot more wins. And it's about working out the best scenario for each hero before applying it to the player. Okay, so given what we've seen and learnt already, a brief overview of the assassin class. Good things you want to be looking for here is good movement, quick lights. You want to be interrupting. You want to make use of your top heavy soft feint into the sides. Situational stuff as well is very important with these. You look at fighting near walls is going to be advantageous to you. Fighting in large arenas is going to be more advantageous to them. So it's about closing down their area of operations, getting them into optimum positions where you can punish them effectively. So fighting a peacekeeper is actually a good example at that point. If they've got a large arena, they're going to make use of it. They don't like to necessarily get stuck in, get involved. Guard break is something you're going to watch, obviously, because you don't want to get the bleed punish on there. There we go, there's an example of the fainted. As soon as you manage to close down into a wall, you can punish them, and when they haven't got a lot of health, you'll hit them hard.
Victory! Victory! でしまいだ。非常に勝負。Victory!
押して参る。
非常に非常に勝負。非常に非常に勝負。Victory! 非常に Victory! 非常に勝負。非常に勝負。Victory! 非常に勝負。これでしまう。Victory! 非常に勝負。これでしまいだ。非常に勝負。Victory! 非常に勝負。非常に勝負。Victory!